Shalom. First and foremost, I want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Ruach double honors unto the apostles and the elders of the great millstone who taught us this truth. Shalom also to the Akim pushing this word in sincerity and in truth, and to the speckled bird across the four corners of the world, and to the few sisters who are listening to you. I say Shalom. Lord willing, this will be an edifying lesson. I'm the brother Kadashi from the GMS Chicago camp, coming back at you with another lesson. And what I wanted to get into with this lesson, as you can see the title, I put the gospel is as cold waters to a thirsty soul. And this was inspired off of a proverb that I read in the morning. And it says right here, I was reading this in the morning. It says, Proverbs 25 and 25, it says, as cold waters to a thirsty soul, so is good news from a far country. And this gospel, it truly is that good news that we've heard from a far country, you see? Because just like cold waters to a thirsty soul, just how that nourishes somebody, you know, when they're super through, they need water, they're super thirsty. Hey, that was the condition of us, man. We were thirsty. We were in the world and didn't know that we were Israelites. We didn't know we were a prince of the power. We didn't know, the names of the Lord. All right. We were, basically without no wisdom or knowledge in the world. We didn't know about the promises. We didn't know about the covenants. We didn't know about the glory of the kingdom or who our Lord was or who our power is or none of that, man. That's why when we heard this gospel, this good news, it was as cold waters to a thirsty soul. This is that good news that we've heard from a far country, man. This is what, as soon as you heard it, all right, it rejuvenated you, man. It brought you back to life because you know deep down, all right, that this is it. This is the truth, man. All right, this is the 100% truth, and now, I'm fully persuaded, man, that this is the 100% truth. All right. Because when you were in the world, man, you didn't know none of this. And also, too, real quick, because this is really how you were in the world, man. It says right here, Ephesians 2, and I'm going to start off at verse 11. It says, Ephesians 2 and 11, it says, wherefore remember that ye being in time past Gentiles in the flesh, who are called uncircumcision by that which is called the circumcision in the flesh made by hands, that at that time you were without Hamashiach. So when you were in the world, all right, living the life of a Gentile and going off and, you were in whatever, like for example, brothers that are from America, they were assimilated into the American lifestyle, man. They thought they were American, African-American, Mexican-American, Puerto Rican, or whatever, whatever identity a brother might have coupled with being American, all right? When you were in the world, that's exactly what you were. You were a Gentile, man, all right? And also, too, you were without Hamashiach. You didn't know anything about the truth, man. That's why when you heard this gospel, this good news, it was as cold waters to a thirsty soul. Once you heard this, you knew deep down that this was the truth, man. All right. It says, being aliens from the commonwealth of Israel and strangers from the covenants of promise, having no hope and without Yahweh in the world. So when you didn't have this truth, when you were in the world, all right, when you didn't know Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai like you do now, you were without Hamashiach. You were alien to the commonwealth of Israel. You didn't know about the promises. You didn't know about the glory. You didn't know about the law. You didn't know about any of that, man. You didn't even know you were an Israelite. Your ass thought you were a black, Mexican, Native American, or whatever you thought you were, man. But you did not know anything about the covenants of promise, any of that, man. You didn't even know who the Lord was. You were in the world without no hope. Without Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai, you were just blind, naked, and wretched. But when you heard this, This was everything that you needed to hear to be persuaded that this is the truth, man. This gospel is as cold waters to a thirsty soul. And now that it has been declared, all right, now that it has been declared, hey, now we're able through the gospel, through the good news, through Yahawashi, to get back to the good graces of the Father, man. It says right here, verse 13, but now in Hamashiach Yahawashi, ye who sometimes were far off are made nigh by the blood of Hamashiach. You see, so through that blood and having faith in Yahawashi, having faith in that sacrifice that the Lord did, all right, then that's what makes us near to Yahweh B'Hashem Yahawashi, man. It's by the sacrifice that the Lord did, and having faith in the sacrifice, having faith in the gospel, all right? This truth, now that it has been declared, it's taking over, man, all right? This truth conquers forevermore, like it says in the book of First Ezra, man. This truth is everything, bro, all right? It says right here, 2 Ezra 6 and 27, for evil shall be put out, and deceit shall be quenched. As for faith, it shall flourish, and corruption shall be overcome. And the truth, which has been so long without fruit, shall be declared. You see? And that's, this truth, for a very long time, it was without fruit. Nobody knew the true breakdown of the scriptures, all right? Nobody knew who the real Israelites were, especially us, the elites at the forefront, of rulership, the ones that are currently ruling this world. They know who we are, but us, the rest of the world, and anybody else that wasn't an elite, they don't know who we were, man. We didn't know who we were. We don't know who Yahweh B'Hashem Yahawashi. We don't know who that. We didn't know that was our power. We didn't know that the scriptures were about us, our history, everything that's in the scriptures, man. So the truth, which was so long without fruit, what has been declared, man. All right, and now that it's been declared, this truth is taking over, man, worldwide, man. All right. And it's reaching into the ears of many, many people, man. Many people are waking up to the fact that they're an Israelite. Many people are waking up to the true actual names of the Lord. Many people are waking up to the fact that so-called JC is just an idol, man. That's not what the Lord looked like. So many people are waking up to the fact of who Esau Edom is, the self-proclaimed white man. They're starting to wake up and see that that's our enemy. This truth is being declared, man. Corruption is being overcome. This is that cold water to a thirsty soul. This is that good news from a far country, man. It's literally, gospel literally means good news, man. This is that good news, man. All right? To other people, they is whatever, we look crazy. But to the ones that believe, this is the power of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahawashi, man. Having faith in the gospel and having faith in the whole gospel, that's what's going to save us, man. Having faith in his son. All right? Let me keep reading. It says, real quick, I'm going to get to verse 24. Or Salakia, Matthew 24 and 14. It says, and this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come. So before the end comes, this gospel, this good news, would have to be preached in all the world. All right? And knowing this, you should be going hard to push this truth, man. All right? Because as long as we're here, all right, there's somebody that still needs to hear this word, that still needs to hear this message, man. Whether it be for destruction or for getting sealed for salvation, man. People got to hear this word. It has to go out throughout the whole world, and then the end is going to come. So we got to continue pushing this word, man, because this gospel, unto some, all right, it says what? That unto some is the savor of life unto life, and to others the savor of death unto death. So to some people, when they hear this message, it sounds bad. It says right here, 2 Corinthians 2 and 16. says, to the one we are a savor of death unto death, and to the other the savor of life unto life, and who is sufficient for these things. So certain people, when they hear the message, the gospel that we're preaching, it doesn't exactly sound like good news. To some people, it has the savor of death unto death, man. Certain people hear this word and it doesn't have the same effect, as it does to a believer. A believer will hear this word and it sounds sweet to their soul, man. It is what we've been waiting for all our life. It's what we've been searching for, what we've been trying to find. What we've been longing for, this truth. But for other people, when they hear this word, they talking about death. They're talking about this. They're talking about, destruction and so on and so forth. These people, look, man, no matter whether people hear or forbear, this gospel is going to have to be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then the end is going to come, man. All right? It says, and who is sufficient for these things? The ones that are sufficient for these things are the elect, man. So until the elect is sealed, which the apostles, I believe Apostle Tahar said that he believes that the elect is already sealed, man. So look, man, we just got to continue doing this work. We got to continue pushing this word. And once everybody, the elect is sealed, man, then the end is going to come. All right? So we got to continue preaching this good message, this good word. All right? Because this word, this gospel is as what? Cold waters to a thirsty soul. And our people are thirsty, man. They want Yahawashi. Our people want to get fed, man. When you read right here, John 6:35, it says, and Yahawashi said unto them, I am the bread of life. He that cometh to me shall never hunger, and he that believeth on me shall never thirst. And that's what our people are truly actually thirsting after. What they're actually hungering after is Yahawashi. And the only way they're going to find out about that is through you actually doing the work, man. Pushing this word. Doing what you got to do, man. All right? Because our people are actually thirsty for this word. They're thirsty for Yahawashi, man. When you go into that word for thirst in John 6:35, it comes from the Greek word dipsao. It's G1372. And it means figuratively, those who are said to thirst, who painfully feel their want of and eagerly long for those things by which the soul is refreshed, supported, and strengthened. So our people, they're thirsting after the things by which the soul is refreshed, supported, and strengthened. But Yahawashi just said that he that believeth on me shall never thirst. So what does that mean? If you believe on Yahawashi, the Son of the Most High, then you are no longer going to be thirsty and painfully feel the want of and eagerly long for the things which the soul is refreshed, supported, and strengthened by. Because the only one that could provide those things in the spirit is Yahawashi, man. Only Yahweh Bashem Yahawashi and belief in this good news, this gospel, is what's going to provide those things, man. Other than that, you're going to continue being thirsty. You're going to continue being hungry. You're going to continue being confused. And, you're going to continue being blind, man. Because without this word and without Yahawashi and this gospel, this good news, you're going to continue to be, thirsty, man. Only this word and believing in Yahawashi is going to provide the things that you're eagerly longing for. The things that are going to support your soul and refresh it and strengthen it, man. The only thing that could strengthen your soul, the only thing that could support your spirit, the only thing that could refresh your soul is this good word, this good news, man. When you go into, a matter of fact, when you go into Isaiah, the 61st chapter, that's what the good news is about, the gospel, man. It says right here, Isaiah 61:1, it says, the Spirit of the Lord God is upon me, because the Lord has anointed me to preach good tidings. All right, good tidings is good news. It says good tidings unto the meek, He has sent me to bind up the brokenhearted, to proclaim liberty to the captives and the opening of the prison to them that are bound. And who are the ones that are bound? Who are the ones that are captives? Who are the ones that are brokenhearted? Who are the meek of the earth? Those are the Israelites, man. So when you hear this good news, this good message is as cold waters to a thirsty soul. Is as what? It's like you're breaking asunder. It's like you're breaking into the chains that these captives have on them. You're breaking the chain of the ones that are bound. Once you give them this good news, this good message, this gospel, this is what breaks those chains. This is what nourishes that thirst. This is ultimately what heals up the broken heart, man. You see? The good news, man. And that's, a matter of fact, Isaiah 61 is what Yahushua read when in Luke 4:18, when he started to preach the gospel, the good news. This is what he opened up to, Isaiah the 61st chapter. All right? Which he was reading out of a scroll, but you know what I'm saying, man. This is the good news, man. This is what is going to ultimately provide that nourishment for the soul. This is what your soul is going to be refreshed, strengthened, and supported by the word, by Yahushua, man. All right? It says, verse 2, to proclaim the acceptable year of the Lord and the day of vengeance of our power, to comfort all that mourn, to appoint unto them that mourn in Zion, which that's another thing. This good news, this gospel, isn't for the entire world. It's only for Israel, man. All right? This good news, this gospel is only for Zion, for Israel, for Yasharallah, man. For you Israelites, you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, and you speckled birds. This gospel is for you, man. You know you got that, that void. You're trying to fill that void with all these things in the world. The only thing that could fill that void is Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, man, and belief in this gospel. That's the only thing that's going to support your spirit, refresh it, and strengthen it, man. All right? Nothing in this world is going to fill that void, man. Only Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai can do that. All right? That's why when you hear this word, is as cold waters to a thirsty soul. This is what you've been waiting to hear all your life, bro. It says, verse 3, to appoint unto them that mourn in Zion, to give unto them beauty for ashes, the oil of joy for mourning, the garment of praise for the spirit of heaviness, that they might be called the trees of righteousness, the planting of the Lord, that he might be glorified. You see, so this good news is only unto the Israelites, man. The Israelites are the ones that are mourning. The Israelites are the ones in a spirit of heaviness. The Israelites were the ones that were reduced to ashes, man. Our city got destroyed. Hey, our temple got destroyed. Our people got destroyed. So when we hear this good news, this gospel, and we find out that we're Israelites, that we're princes of the power, that these scriptures are about us, the promises, the covenants, the glory of the kingdom, the law, the service of the Most High, all those things, when we find out that that's for us, it's as cold waters to a thirsty soul. This is that good news that we've heard from a far country. This is what we've been waiting for all our life, man. The good news, the gospel. All right, this is what we've been waiting for all our life, man. Do you understand that? This is what's gonna deliver us, man. This is what's gonna help us, have our soul strengthened, supported, and refreshed. All right, and our people need that, man. Our people are thirsty for those things, man. And Yahushua, the scripture says right here, Isaiah 55:1, ho, everyone that thirsteth, come ye to the waters, and he that has no money, come ye buy and eat. Yea, come buy wine and milk without money and without price. And it's not talking literally about water and milk and wine and none of those things. It's talking about this wisdom. All right, there's a reason why this wisdom is compared unto water, bread, meat, wine, milk, meat. all these different things, because you're supposed to devour this word, man. You're supposed to eat this word up and eat it, man. This is what's gonna nourish you, man. Devouring this word, bro. This word is as water. It's as wine and milk and meat and bread, man. This is what's gonna feed you, man, and refresh you and support you and strengthen you, man. All right. And it says, verse 2, wherefore do ye spend money for that which is not bread, and your labor for that which satisfieth not? Hearken diligently unto me, and eat ye that which is good, and let your soul delight itself in fatness. All right. And that's what you're supposed to do, man. All right. You're supposed to delight yourself in you're supposed to let your soul delight itself in fatness. The only way that your soul is going to delight itself in fatness is by believing and having faith in this word, is by believing and having faith in this good news, this gospel, man. This is what's going to support, strengthen, and ultimately refresh your spirit, refresh your soul, this good news, man. If you're thirsty, come to the waters, man. If you're hungry, come by and eat, man. All right. This is what you need, bro. You don't need that bottle. You don't need that blunt. You don't need that bitch. You don't need none of that shit. You don't need nothing from this world. You don't need to be some famous rapper or make it in the NBA or, try to be somebody to fill that void, or, whatever you're doing to try to fill that void. The only thing that could fill that void is Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai and this good news, this gospel, man. All right. But at this point, it feels like, I made the point already. So with that, Lord willing, this is an edifying lesson. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Chakodash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of the great millstone that taught us his truth. Shalom and Abba Baba.